been a little minute. You know, I'm gonna blame myself because I be moving and shaking too much. We about episode 5, 4 or 5.
I think this is ooh, I think this might be 5 if I'm not mistaken. I think it might be 5.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So how's everything been on your end on the T1 diabetes side?
Um, Everything has been pretty cool over here. I've had to go back old school and use the monitor to check my blood sugars because I can't get my CGMs. Like I've been trying to get my CGM for the last 2 weeks, and it's because I guess I have a new insurance,
Yep.
and they're not trying to pay for it, so it's just a whole big old hassle and ordeal. So yeah, I had to go back old school with pricking my finger, which I hate.
Yeah. You never
Hate
get
it.
used to it, and people are lying. People are lying if they say that you get used to it. You can prick the side, you can do all this. That shit hurt no matter what, and then it's mentally. I find myself like my fingers, like my hands start shaking. It's just kind of like I know it's coming, and it's
Hmm.
like that old thing you can never get used to, like pricking yourself.
Yeah. No, I hate it. And I've been doing it for it'll be 25 years in June. I hate it.
Yeah, yeah. Damn, you a vet. Yeah, you definitely a vet. I'm only a year in this thing, a year and a few months in this thing. So
I mean, because like you said, it does mess with you mentally because, like, in the middle of the night, normally I could just pick up my phone or like, it'll go off saying, like, maybe I'm low or maybe I'm high. Now I got to wake up out my sleep just to see what my blood sugar is. Because when
yeah.
I'm on the cycler with that dextrose, the sugar in my fluid, it
Mhm.
rises my blood sugar up at night. So I got to get up on my nice little sleep just to check and prick my fingers.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. That was the issue I was having with my CGM was my sleeping. I sleep on my side, and
Hmm.
I'll sleep on the side with the CGM, and then I get critical lows, and that thing don't allow you to sleep once it start going out.
Yeah.
And so I had to get up out of my sleep, go check, go prick my finger, and then see that I'm 90 or 100, and it's just like this thing telling me that I'm 60. And so after that happened a couple times, I say, you know what? I'm once it's done with, I'm done with it. It's convenient. I love it. You
Yeah.
don't have to prick your finger, but sometimes too it can be kind of nerve wracking.
Annoying, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
we got it too.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, my end, everything's been well. Like I was telling you before we started the meeting, it's just making some adjustments. As far as if I would like to, have a glass of wine or anything like that. Um, just kind of just old habits, just trying to shake off or just readjusting. And, that kind of leads into our topic today is just like define the odds.
Mhm.
A lot of people, especially in our family, dealing with, diabetes and all of its effects. And, for some people, it's this diagnosis is kind of like a death sentence, and it's just like, oh well, I'm forced
Yeah.
to do A B C D X Y Z, and I'm not gonna live a full life, and it doesn't have to be that way. It's just you
Mhm.
have to be willing to make the changes. So can
And a
we
lot of people
on
not
that?
trying to change their lifestyle. When
Unfortunately,
they used to something, they used to it. They're like, "Oh, it's too late. I don't feel like changing it. I'm used to this. I've been doing this." Yeah, they just don't care.
it reminds me sort of like just losing weight. You know what I mean? It's kind of like no one wants to eat right, go to the gym, exercise, not eat all the cakes and pies, the candies, the sodas.
Mhm.
Nobody wants to do that because one, it takes a while, you know, and then two, it's just kind of like you said, I'm used to this, and so people they always say change is good, but as people, we're pretty static. We don't like change,
Yeah.
yeah. And so we struggle with it. But we're here to let you know that you can beat the odds. It just takes effort on your end. And so,
Yep.
on what are your thoughts on how a person can find some motivation and believe that they can defy the odds of this diagnosis, in your opinion?
Honestly, it depends on the person. Um, so like me myself, I get motivated very easily. Um, What motivates me the most is I don't like to be sick. I've been sick my whole life. I'm kind of tired of being sick. So it's like I push my well not push myself, but I push myself to like do better and to change or like to make sure that I'm doing everything possible to make sure that my health is good. Like that's just my mindset because I'm so tired of doing it. I have to make some type of change somewhere. And so I'm one of those people that's like I understand that change is needed and I'm gonna do like whatever it takes to make sure I'm good. But if you're not like that, you have to find somebody to hold you accountable. Like you have to find that support or somebody that's gonna be like, hey, you doing what you're supposed to do. You making sure you're checking your blood sugars, you're taking your insulin. Like me, I used to get annoyed by that because I hate being told what to do. That's just me. And so like when I just got a handle on myself, then like I understood like nobody's doing this to like irritate me or hurt me or harm me. They're doing it to like make sure that they're helping me. But I just found out for myself that I'm just the best motivation for me. Just because I don't like being told what to do or listening to other people. But
Yeah.
if you're not like that and it's hard for you to just pick up and do something on your own, definitely get you an accountability partner, somebody that's definitely gonna like push you and make sure you're doing what you need to do to get healthy and to get better.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I'm the same way because I don't. I accept help. Um, but I too I'm stubborn. I'm
Mhm.
stubborn. I'm very very stubborn. I'm a nice guy. I'm a very nice guy, but I'm very
Yeah.
stubborn. Especially if the information that's being provided, if I know I can find a better way.
Mhm. Yeah, that too, for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's their way, it's another way, but then it's my way, either taking a little bit of both or figuring it
Mhm.
out myself. And I struggle with that too. Like when I got my diagnosis, I had heard before and I had seen just in passing that people who have been diagnosed as like type 2, that they have defied the odds and were put in remission. And
Mhm.
so with me already believing that, seeing like in our family that people are on insulin and all these different medications to try to control it, I knew it had to be a better way. And so I sought out that information of just being rebellious to, not
Mhm.
wanting to, because we know doctors, a lot of the time, there are very good doctors out there, but then there are some that just push medication on you immediately.
Yeah.
They don't really
Yeah.
care about holistic ways of handling, or care that you don't want to be forced to take medication all your life. And so for me, that defying the odds meant that I had to have enough faith in myself and then faith in God that He'll show me the
Mhm.
way that can help me to improve my situation, because we have everything. He created
Yeah.
everything that we need to heal ourselves. We just have to do our part. And I think that's the biggest part of defying the odd, is doing your part. Can we speak on doing your part?
Yes. Okay. And you said something else. Oh my gosh, what did you say? Oh, I can't remember. Oh, I was gonna like say something. So like so for type 1 diabetics, I did want to say this. Every type 1 diabetic is completely different.
Yeah,
Even though we're insulin dependent, we don't all take our insulin the same way because it doesn't work for us the same way. And I think I said this in a previous video. Me compared to like a bigger person or compared to you, you would probably have to take way more insulin than I would because I'm like
yeah,
super, super small.
yeah,
I'm like, I need it, but I'm super sensitive to insulin. So if I take too much, I'm going to get an extreme low. So
yeah,
so if you're watching this and you're a type 1 diabetic, if whatever I do for myself, you probably wouldn't be able to do. So it's like you have to find what works best for you. But majority of type 2 diabetics, like all of y'all's diet is pretty much the same unless you just don't eat certain foods or you're allergic to certain foods. But
yeah,
literally type 2's like lifestyle, every type 2 can be the exact same. And I found out too, um, my friend, her pastor, he had did like some research about diabetes, and he had found to where if you do like a water diet for 3 days, if you're
Hmm.
type 2 diabetic or like a pre-diabetic, it can kind of like basically put you in remission. Like it is like detoxing your body, but like a healthier way to detox by just doing like a 3-day water diet. I don't know if it actually works, but I did hear like some people saying like it was like a good thing. I don't know, maybe somebody should try it and see. But for
Yeah,
type
yeah,
1, we can't do that because we have to take insulin. We have to eat, so we can't just do a water diet.
yeah,
So it don't work for us.
yeah, yeah. And that's because your pancreas is not making enough
Mm-hmm.
for
So
you.
it's not making none at
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's the caveat of that. I just truly believe that regardless of your type 1 or type 2, if you really want to have a better um a better opportunity at a full life, you will find a way. You will find that
Mhm.
we live in the information age. It's so much information. A lot of this information is free. You can listen to our podcast to get pointed, and we're not doctors. So repeat, we're not doctors. So make sure you verify everything that we're telling you with your doctor and talk about it. But we're just saying that it's alternative ways to improve
Mhm.
your way of life out there, and it starts with you. You are your biggest advocate. You have
Yeah.
to advocate for your health. If your doctor puts you on insulin and the insulin is making you dizzy and woozy, and every time you take it and you feel bad, you need to let your doctor know, hey,
Yeah.
maybe I need to
Speak up
take
and
it.
say something.
Yeah, you got to say
Mhm.
something, and don't just think that this is woe is me. This is the way of
Yeah.
life. It doesn't have to be that way. But you have to be your own advocate, and it starts with you to defy the odds.
Yeah, because your doctor, they only looking at your numbers. They're looking at what's on paper. They don't know
Yeah,
how you feel, what does what to your body. Only you know. So as they're
yeah,
looking at your numbers on paper, also let them know how you feel when these numbers are what they are, so they can like your adjust everything for you to fit you.
yeah. What does defying the odds look like to you?
Ooh, I have been defying the odds.
Mhm.
That's my whole life story, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
I have so if you are a diabetic, you know about DKA. That's diabetic ketoacidosis. That's when your diabetes is at extreme highs and you have to go into the hospital immediately. When I was first at when I'm gonna say probably to like 10 years old to like my mid 20s. I was in DKA a lot. I was in the hospital pretty much almost every year, twice a year for DKA. And a lot of times it's because the doctors that I had, they couldn't figure out the right insulin regimen for me. So I would just have these super, super, super extreme highs. Um, but when you're in DKA, a lot of people don't make it out of DKA because their blood sugar get too high. So like when you're in DKA, your blood sugar is most likely above 600, and that's extremely high.
yeah,
Um, and if I'm being honest, it never really scared me. I think I just always had faith that I would make it through or make it out. But I defied the odds every time, and I've been in DKA so many times. I can't even count on my hands how many times I've been in DKA and had high ketones. And also too, I've been in that state of where when your blood sugar gets too low, that you're unconscious.
yeah,
I when I first started high school, because I started like playing sports, I would get in that state all the time. Most likely because I wasn't eating enough. Like I was taking my insulin. I was given too much insulin. Let's start there.
yeah,
That's because the doctors were giving me way too much for my size. And I wasn't eating enough to cover, but I didn't realize that at the time. But I was having continuous, like unconscious lows. Had to get 911 called. They had to do the glucagon most of the times to like get me out of it. It was crazy, y'all. I've been defying the odds, like, cause even somebody getting in that state, you could die.
yeah,
Yeah. And then also too, high blood pressure.
yeah,
Who knows how long I had high blood pressure before I had to go get put in the hospital because my job stressed me out to the point where I had to go.
yeah.
And then that's when I found out. what is it? Kidney failure, y'all. People
Yeah,
die when they get an end stage renal failure. I was
yeah,
at a 7. 7 is the highest number, and I was still alive. I'm still here. Like
yeah,
defying the odds. Seriously.
yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. And
It's
then not
just
only that, losing my sight. I lost
yeah,
my sight.
yeah,
And now I can see again. I got a car now. I'm driving.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yo,
Talk
I'm not
about
gonna
it.
lie. God has his hands on me for real. Like I am divinely aligned with God. And I know that the reason why God has been allowing me to like make it through everything that I've been making through is because I have a purpose. Like I'm here for a reason. And like just us doing this podcast, like I need to get my story out so other people can see like I just don't want nobody to get to where I am. Losing my eyesight, having kidney failure. I'm on dialysis now. Having high blood pressure. Like all of these things happening to me. I want y'all to not get here. So if I can help you avoid everything that I had to go through to get to where I am today, I will.
Yeah. And the crazy part is you don't look like what you've been through.
Not at all. I don't even look my age either. Yeah, I just
All
turned
right, all
30.
right, no, you don't. You look like she's about 18. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah, that's
I still get like I still get look I look like I'm 12.
yeah, full grown ass woman out here, crazy. But nah, that's the blessing in it, and you are actually the perfect example. So a lot of people out there that's complaining about their situation, and I put it like this: if your situation ain't health related, not
Mm,
saying that it's not tough,
yeah,
but it hit different when it relates to your health. You can make enough money, you can get another car, you can get another house, you can get more clothes, you can get everything else, but you only get one body.
yeah,
So you don't get a restart. You play video games.
I do. Well, I don't
So,
have a. I've been trying to like save up so I can give me a system because I haven't had a game system in a while. But yes, I do.
well, for all the people out there that play like Call of Duty first person
Hmm.
shooters, you don't get the respawn after somebody then got you.
Yep.
This the only body you have, and so I find inspiration and I thank you for just staying on top of me with making sure we get this information out there to people because sometimes life you get to moving and just trying to do so
Hmm.
much because you feel like God has this anointing on you, so you want to do everything, everybody
Yeah.
get a little bit of your light, but then sometimes you gotta have that accountability partner to kind of reel you back in and be like, hey man, you have something, maybe you need to guide that in a different direction, and not spread yourself out too thin, you know.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate you, cuz. I,
Yeah. We got to get this out because I'm not gonna lie. I looked at YouTube videos about seeing what's out there for diabetes.
yeah.
It's videos that is 10 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago. Like there's really no updated videos on diabetes.
And diabetes is becoming so just prevalent now, just
Yeah.
with how the food that they feed us, and it's even crazier that now that diabetes medication, the things that were created for diabetics are now being used by the just general population to
Hmm.
lose weight, and so that's what's even crazier. And so you fighting with people who may be pre-diabetic or not even diabetic, using the tools for people who full-blown diabetic,
Right.
and now the people who actually need this for life can't receive it.
Yeah, because type ones, if we don't have insulin, we will die. Like we need
Yeah,
it to live.
yeah,
And on top of that, it's super expensive if you do not have like insurance to fully cover it.
yeah.
It's expensive.
So how does that work? Speaking of defying the odds, how does that work when, like, let's just say you're not currently with an employer and you're an entrepreneur and you have, let's just say, a less than full blown like marketplace plan. Let's say if you just got the base marketplace plan, just to say you have insurance, but it doesn't cover much. Like, what happens? Like, how do you?
That's kind of that's hard because you have to have some type of income with the marketplace because they want you
Mm.
to at least make I think like 1,200 a month. Um But they have like different premiums out there. Like the insurance that I have, I just got a new insurance. I pay like 14.95 a month for it. But
Okay.
I get to see my endocrinologist, I get to see my ophthalmologist. Uh no. Yeah. And after you pay over a certain amount of time, they'll like cover your medicines, your insulin fully.
Okay.
I don't know. You just have to like you would just have to for sure call to see if they can find something that works best for you. But if you want something like really, really good, you have to at least be making 1,200. Like you need some type of
Yeah.
income.
Well, I do know for all the people that's watching that's in Houston, and I'm sure they have the same thing worldwide. They have this thing called the Dawn Center,
Mm-hmm.
and they have multiple locations that offer a lot of these services free. It's paid for by the city or state, and you can go in there and get a dietitian. You can go see specialists for your diabetes. You can get a they provide free education, a gym. They even provide food on certain days, so you can go there and actually start, getting the help that you need to just
Mm-hmm.
see where you are. A lot of people walking around this thing dealing with all kind of ailments, but because they don't have insurance, they feel like, well, there's nothing
Yeah.
I can do about it, and that's completely false. It's opportunities out here, but a lot of people don't talk about it.
Yeah. Talk about it.
And it's just those resources, they're not being used. The budget every year is going to get slashed every year
Yeah.
because these resources are not being used. So it's pivotal that we guide those people to these resources because they need them. you know
And I didn't say this, but I know if you so like for my CGM, so the Dexcom, if you don't have insurance, they have a financial assistance program. So if you have like these pumps, these CGMs, if you have like a specific insulin that you like to take, go on their official website, look like do that the drop down and see if they have anything that says financial assistance program, and they'll help you. So like last year, because I was struggling hard, and I went on the Dexcom website, I did the financial assistance program, and for a full year they gave me I think it was just like a one-time payment of $45 if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
uh what was it? I think it was 45 or 50, don't get me lying, but it was one of those amounts, and I just paid that one time, and for the full year they gave me the Dexcom, and I didn't have to pay anything for it. They gave me the sensors and the transmitter, and then I have the Omnipod, so that's my pump. For them, they have like this thing. It's kind of like a insurance card, but it's like a temporary insurance card to where you only pay $50 to get the pods, and you get 10 pods
oh,
for your pump.
oh wow. And
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll be able to put it on the video
Mhm.
to where they can go to it. See,
Yeah.
that's right there. That you gave $1 million worth of game right there. That's $1 million worth
And
of
a lot of people don't know about it because either their doctors don't know about it or their doctors don't tell them.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
even my doctor, she didn't know, she wasn't sure. So I kind of like I'm a researcher. So if I want to know something or get more information on something, I'm gonna go research it, like versus just listening to somebody telling me no or they're not sure. No worry, I got it. I'll go figure it out.
Hmm. In closing, what would you say to the person that's, you know, all the hope is lost? They feel like they're the only one dealing with what they're going through. They maybe have some suicidal thoughts because of all of these health issues that they're
Mhm.
facing, and they feel like they don't have anyone to help them.
Ooh, that was me. Um, if I hmm, I don't know, because that was exactly me. I would say it's not too late. It's not too late to pick up. It's not too late to change. It's not too late to start over. It's not too late to turn your story around. Because I was again at an above 14 A1C for who knows how long. And I went from an above 14 to a 6.1 now. So if I can do it, you can do it. And y'all, I don't just have diabetes. I have so many other things going on. But if you just have diabetes, I promise you, you can find you a good doctor. Number one, do your research on your doctors. If you're not somebody that likes doing research, find you an accountability partner that doesn't mind doing that research for you to help somebody that can help you and with your financial situation. Um, but yeah, y'all, just pick up where you are. It's not too late. And also talk to God. Like I had to put all my trust in God. I had to tell God, you got it. You have full
Yeah,
control.
you got it,
Because
big dog.
obviously I didn't have the control. I couldn't do it. I was trying to maneuver and make ways for myself and I was failing every time.
Yeah,
Every time. So like I got in my word, I started praying and I just started talking to God like he's sitting right here next to me. Sometimes I have phone calls with him and I'm just talking, trying to figure out what it is I need to do in my life, start over, figure like yeah. So the person that I am today is not the same person that I was 2 months ago, 3 months ago, a year ago. Like completely different. Changed my whole life around in a couple of months. So
yeah.
if I can do it, y'all can do it. Seriously.
It's funny. It's funny you said that, cuz because I'm the same way. I'm like you. It's funny. I feel like we both had that same anointing.
Hmm.
It's just we were so stubborn at the time. I'm gonna do it my way, and if it
Yeah.
doesn't happen my way, I'm gonna get upset, and I'm gonna, you know, I'm going to I'm going to will my way around this earth. So I'm going to make it happen until you get
Hmm.
to the point where your body starts breaking down. I started
Yep.
having panic attacks, anxiety attacks. They put me on
Yep.
medications for anxiety, headaches nonstop, all kind of negative reactions in my body because I was trying to fix something that I had no power to fix.
Hmm.
And the moment I let go of the situation and I started literally I I went from dealing with all the health problems to getting it under control, then my finances, because that's how the enemy tries to get you. They attack your
Hmm.
health, your finances, and then they start taking your mental health too.
Yep.
And so once all those things were attacked, I had to let go and give it up. And the quicker you do that, I would say that faster your situation can turn around.
Oh
Trying
yeah.
to make it happen on your own, it's just gonna drive you into an early grave. And from being honest, because you're gonna have start having negative thing reactions in your body.
Hmm.
Uh, but depending on what God has for you, He will
Yeah.
save you. He will save you. It's I had several things happen where I shouldn't be here, but I am here, and we're here to let you know
Yeah.
that don't give up, and you just get that thing to God. And I told my wife this because the better your relationship gets with God, the more and more those things you ask for start happening.
Yep.
It's like any relationship. If I don't know you, why would I give you something if I don't know you?
Yep.
So when you start spending more and more time with him and he recognizes your voice and you start recognizing his voice. A lot of times it's
Hmm.
not no Dwayne, go here. God don't talk like that a lot of
Yeah.
times. It's
Not
just
gonna
a
be an
feeling.
actual voice.
Nah. It's either a feeling in
Yep.
here or it's a feeling in your mind or somebody will say something and it'll
Hmm.
resonate with you. You be like, that's what I need to do, or
Yep.
that's where I need to go, or something like that. And once you start getting that, your faith gonna grow even more. In a lot of
Yep.
those situations you couldn't see your way through, it'll start just magically. Hey, I was thinking about you, and I need to give you this, and it'll be
Yep.
just what you need at that time, and you'll be like, "Dang,
Okay,
I've been
God, I
trying."
hear you. Okay.
Yeah, I hear you. That happened to me today. I told my wife about something that I thought about doing because it's been on my spirit to do it. And
Hmm.
today I got presented the opportunity to do it. And I said, dang God, I see you. I see you. That's just how he works. So
Man.
for anybody out there that's trying to handle it, just try God. You try everything else. Why not just try
Yep.
God?
Why not? Just give it a shot. It can't hurt. And then
Yeah,
not only that too, acceptance. You
yeah.
have to accept your situation because I wanted to be normal so bad. I wanted to get my old life back so bad, but if I'm being honest, I didn't need my old life.
Mm,
I wasn't supposed to be there no more. So the moment that I accepted everything that I had going on, I had to accept my new normal. And the moment I was able to do that, I was able to change everything around.
You preaching. I think that's enough sauce for the night. That's enough. So how can people hear or see this episode?
Yes, y'all. So y'all can follow us on the well, not the, you can follow us at Affirmative Podcast on YouTube, Affirmative Podcast on TikTok, and Affirmative Podcast on Instagram. We also have a website up. It is affirmativepodcast.org, I believe. And there you can find our merch. We have merch, y'all. I
Come
got your
on,
hoodies
Merc.
and your shirts. So
Come
we
on.
do have merch. So if y'all want to purchase, you can definitely DM me on Instagram, DM me on TikTok, and also too, we do have an email, affirmativepodcast@gmail.com. You can hit us up on there if you want a shirt, if you want us to come and speak at speaking engagements, events, whatever you guys need business wise, hit us up on that email.
Man, there you have it. Until next time, appreciate you. Love.
Peace.
Peace.